own evolutionary processes and stages. I think at this point we have arrived at having in place a number of processes and practices that are memorialized and shared with schools from the very inception of their charter. In your package, you have this paper that says about the Institute, where I just wanted to share with you what our mission statement had to say. As an authorizing office, we support the SUNY Board of Trustees and their responsibilities under the Charter Schools Act of New York, which means that we are, in fact, the bodies that deal with receiving new applications, evaluating them, arriving at whether or not we would make a positive recommendation to the Board of Trustees about those applications. For schools that are approved by the Board of Trustees, we are responsible for their oversight and evaluation. We have a very rigorous school visit protocol that results in both qualitative and quantitative types of evaluations of schools, basically annually under their initial charter, and subsequent charters, a slightly different schedule depending upon their performance. We're also responsible for receiving and evaluating renewal applications from schools that are authorized. In fact, as I'm here, I was up very late working because we're seriously in the end run of a renewal cycle. And we have a couple of schools whose charters we are recommending not be renewed. And it's a very hard decision to come to. It's not one we want to come to. I think when we authorize a school, our goal is that it's going to be a high-performing charter school. But in instances where the school has not reached the accountability plan standards, I know we'll talk about accountability at some point this morning, and they have had serious issues throughout their charter, we do end up in that place. It's not a place we like, but I think it is part of that whole balance of autonomy and accountability. And we take it very seriously, and we try to apply our standards very consistently. In terms of the office that we have, our base office is in Albany, New York. We have a satellite office in New York City. Right now, we have a staff of 14 people. We're understaffed. We're short a few positions. I think since I've been there, that's been 6.5 or so years since I joined the Institute. When we were highly staffed, we were at 19, so it wasn't a big jump. Of those staff, we have 5 who you would consider support people in various roles, and the rest are professional staff. Most of our staff on the professional side have been teachers, school administrators, public, private, charter, people who have been in state policy-making positions but still have a background in schools. One of the things we've learned over these years is that we have a position called a senior analyst. And these are people who go into the schools, do the school visits, help draft the reports, they're juggling data. We tried to think of them when we created that position as maybe we'll get some people who are just kind of out of a policy, college, university setting and they can really go for it. Well, you know what? It didn't quite work. One of the things as an authorizer we found is that everyone who actually performs a role and has any type of responsibilities for evaluating schools has to have had some in-classroom experience. So I just share that with you as you're thinking about all of those things that you're going to hear this morning, and you're thinking about whether to go charter or how to go charter and all of that. I think we have learned quite a bit over our number of years. So I will stop there because I know I could probably run out of time, but I know we'll get to talk later.
Real quick, sorry, before you go, Ken. Can people hear okay in the back? Is that okay? All right, just want to make sure. Thanks, Ken.
Great. Hello, I'm Kathy Lund, and I work for the Walton Family Foundation. Excuse me, I've worked there now for 10 years, and the mission hasn't changed much in 10 years. Excuse me?
We can't.
You can't hear. It must be that cold I'm touching. Again, I'm Kat. Is it better?
Yes.
Kathy Lund with the Walton Family Foundation. The family invests in public education reform primarily because it believes that lack of opportunity and quality education for children is really the start of all ills in our society regarding crime and other social ills that we face as a nation. We invest in school districts, and we also invest in opportunities for children, primarily low-income children, who don't otherwise have access to high-performing schools. We recognize as a foundation that many districts do